What is up, everyone? My name is Sholtan, and today we're playing Black Desert Online. This is a brand new MMORPG coming to the PS4, which was released a few years ago on PC and a few months ago on Xbox One, so we're actually the last ones to get it. But better late than never. This is one of the games that I've been looking forward to. Um, I heard the combat is excellent. I know the character customization is really amazing, and I'm a sucker for good character customization. Um, and the graphics look really nice, and yeah, I just wanted to try it out. It's been a while since I've had a game that I wanted to do videos on. So this is gonna be a first impressions. I'm not gonna go too deep into the game. I'm gonna go deeper once the full release comes next week. So without further ado, let's start off with showing off the character customization. So you can see I actually made it to level 50 throughout the beta. So first off, we have 6 classes on launch: Warrior, Ranger, Sorceress, Berserker, which I leveled up to 50, Wizard, and Witch. These classes are gender locked and race locked, which is kind of unfortunate. But at least the character customization makes it so you can make each of these characters your own. Um, so right now we're just gonna customize the warrior just to show off what you can do, and it really goes in depth. I'm actually really impressed with the character customization in this game. We're actually gonna speed this up because, like I said, it can take a while creating a character. You can choose the length of your hair, you can add curls to your hair, even the colors, right? Like you have 3 layers of different colors in your hair to create these awesome highlights. And then going down, you have a few choices of faces, and it's like, oh, well, that's not so many faces. But then you get to customize the actual bone structure of your character with your face. I'm actually impressed how well this works. I thought this was going to be a little awkward since this is on console, and the way it works, I felt like, oh, this looks more like a PC thing. But they've done a good job. It's really easy to make a good looking characters. You can even change your pupils to be little stars. You get face tattoos, body tattoos. You get to change your expression a bit if you want. I went for a little weird look here. And then you get to change your body, all the proportion, right up to your freaking fingers. You want some little chubby fingers, you can actually do it. So yeah, character customization is going to be a thing I'm going to enjoy every time I roll a new character. So yeah, so this is our warrior that we got. And I'm pretty satisfied with the look. It's pretty cool. I feel like he's really unique. I feel like I've never seen a character looking like that in a game. But for now, we're going to show some gameplay with my level 50 Berserker. But before I actually hit level 50, because for some reason some of my recorded footage just didn't work. But yeah, let's hop into the game. So first thing you're gonna see is the graphics. The graphics are really good for an MMORPG. The colors are very vibrant. I always like my fantasy worlds to look more vibrant. I've seen enough of the grim brown and dark gray worlds. I like some colors, some nice green, some blue. My armor's purple. It just looks really nice. The one thing you will notice though is the pop-in. The pop-in is really horrible. The textures take a while to load if you're talking to NPCs sometimes. Hopefully this gets stabilized, but I know this problem's not going to go away because it's actually still present on PC. But I feel like on PS4 it's very noticeable. Other than that, another problem I might had is the UI. The UI is way too clustered. Just for example, just the health bars. You can see I have a health bar in the top left corner. I have one above my head. I have one in my party screen. I have 3 health bars on my screen for only my character. And I feel like that's just a little too much. Then you've got the controls on the bottom right, which at level 47 I kind of know how to jump. I know my combos. I know how to auto run. So same thing with the chat. I feel like the chat is taking too much space. There are options to turn these off, but for some reason during the beta, I was completely unable to do so. So that was really unfortunate. I felt like it kind of hides all the beauty of this game with all this stuff, right? And you also have, like, you've got arrows pointing to objectives. You've got the little dotted line showing you where to go. And again, the dotted line, like, there was a way to turn it off, but for some reason in the beta there was no way to turn it off. I always had that line, and I just feel like it breaks your immersion, right? You've got the pop-in, you've got the UI all over the place, you've got the little dots on the ground, you've got the arrow floating, you've got 50 health bars. It's just a little too much, and I feel like it's actually doing a disservice to the beauty of the game. Yes, you can turn on photo mode, but I also like being able to look at my stuff. I like to be able to look at my map, look at my missions, look at my health, stuff like that. So yeah, just a little unfortunate, but the one thing I will say is the game looks gorgeous. The animations are awesome, especially when you get into combat, which we are gonna go into. Right now, like, I'm actually auto running, and one thing I will say is I wasn't too sure if I was gonna like auto run at first, because I like to be in control. It kind of made me feel like one of those AFK mobile games kind of thing, like kind of feature. But really, once you get into it, you get to appreciate the scenery a little bit more when you have auto run, or sometimes you just have a long way to go and you just, I'll just go make myself a drink while my character runs. So it kind of ends up being very convenient, especially since the world is completely open world. That is one thing that is really great about this game. There is no loading screen. Once you are into the world, you're not loading anymore. You want to go to the other end of the continent, you go there, you're not going to see a single load screen. And that made exploring the world so much more enjoyable when you really feel like the world is really connected, because it actually is, right? You have to there's no fast travel, you have to walk everywhere, so it's got kind of realistic aspects to it. But yeah, now let's start talking about the combat, which is really the greatest feature of Black Desert Online. So yeah, we're gonna start some combat right now. So the one thing I always wondered when I looked at Black Desert Online videos is just how much control do you have over your character, right? I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, it looks really flashy, it looks really fluid, but how much are you in control? And I'm quite happy to say you're actually really in control of your character. The way it works pretty much is you have, let's say, R2 and R1 being your light and heavy attack, or maybe it's not really the right terms, but that's the term I'm going to use. L2 was more for avoid moves, and then you had like square for grabs for my character. And basically the way you go is, like, let's say you do backwards R2, that's going to be a move. Forward R2 is another move. Forward R1 is another move. Left L2 is a move. So you get all these different moves that you unlock as you get skill points, and the moves kind of go into each other really well. So it's really easy to kind of create combos on the fly, which is one thing I always wondered how it was possible watching videos of the game, because I always felt like the characters seem like they don't necessarily have a rotation. You just pretty much, I like that you can kind of wing it, right? It's action combat, you just kind of go with it. Yes, certain moves go better with each other, like you kind of create your own little combos when you think like certain moves are kind of logical, and you start doing some patterns. But yeah, and I like that you're really mobile, you're going from mob to mob, killing monsters. And time just flies when you're fighting in this game. It's just so much fun. You can see, like, in the mission I have right now, I have to kill 120 enemies. In any other MMO, I would have said fuck that and turned off the game. Okay, 120 enemies to kill, that's gonna take forever. But when you're playing Black Desert Online, that's maybe like 15-20 minutes at best. You know, minions don't take too long to kill. Even the bigger guys don't take that long to kill. Which, you know, it can be a detriment. I kind of feel sometimes like the content is a little too easy. But there was one encounter which I will show. It's pretty close to here. There was one encounter that gave me hope for more challenging encounters, because there are bosses throughout the campaign that you face, and even those are pretty easy. But you can see right here, you have this big ogre guy. This is the first monster that ever made me use potions and actually call for help, because you can see most of the time I was playing with Nerissa. And that was the first time I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill this big guy, it's gonna be awesome. And then I realized, hey, I'm not doing that much damage to him. And I actually had to call Nerissa and be like, yeah, I might need some help, because I think this thing might kill me. The damage is pretty amazing. So that's giving me hope for more challenging content. Hopefully, like I said, like I made it to level 50, but I didn't touch endgame very much. When I hit level 50, I kind of stopped there. I didn't want to burn myself out before full release, especially since none of the progress we made in the beta is going to stay. So, yeah, I didn't want to burn myself out right away. Really, the reason I made it to 50 was just to check how's the leveling experience, and how fast does it take to hit, not level cap, because apparently there's no level cap to the game, but there's a soft cap, which I heard is level 56. For some reason at level 50 I was gaining like no experience no matter what I fought, so I think maybe they capped it at 50 for the beta. But yeah, the journey to level 50 was actually pretty fast, really enjoyable. I barely saw time fly by. It took me around, let's say, I think I played around 20 minutes during the weekend. And that was like, you know, getting to grasp with learning some of the systems from the game, understanding certain things, getting to learn the controls. So probably I'd say I'm probably going to shave off at least 3 hours from that time when I restart a new character in the final release. So yeah, that's looking good. So that actually encourages, you know, leveling alts, which is something I don't usually do in MMOs, because I kind of feel like it takes forever to level up characters most of the time, and the leveling experience isn't really enjoyable to me in most MMOs. I like to get to endgame and do dungeons and raids, but there's no dungeons and raids in Black Desert Online, from what I understand. Most of the endgame is PvP, apparently, which I don't mind. I'm kind of a PvP guy myself, so I'm interested in seeing that. There's actual open world PvP, there's 3v3 PvP, there's castle sieges, so there's going to be a lot of content for me personally. As far as PvE, like I said, there's no dungeons, but the world is big. There's a lot of variety in the monsters you're going to fight, the environments you're going to see. And the fact that there's no loading screen makes the journey so much more enjoyable, right? You're never like waiting for a screen. You're just always walking towards something. You're always seeing something different. There's always something moving, which I quite enjoy. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm going to make more videos when final release hits. And for now, that'll be all. Peace.